We're going to open our toes and our heels, spread the toes a little wider. Anchor down, tighten the legs, tail drops a little. Create space through the spine, lifting tall, tall, spacing the spine out, lift tall through the crown. Feel that center drawing in. We're going to hold that feeling, but breathe out and relax our shoulders. And then again, a deeper press down through the feet. Tighten the legs more. Want them to feel active. Tails down. We're tall through the spine. Our shoulders are low. And breathe. We're going to round the shoulders and slide. And roll. And slide. And one more. And slide. And take the arms up to the ceiling or scrunch of the wrists. And then down to the back. And again, up, scrunch of the wrists, and down. And this time, taking the hands up, loop the fingers behind the head, but soften the shoulders down, just let them melt. Keeping the legs active, so we've got the strong base, we're going to turn. So this is our way to get that mid-back rotation, moving that rib cage, and then come through the other side. We're just keeping our heels down for this one to work on stretch more than balance. And then back through the center. We're going to side tip. The focus is taking the top elbow higher. Breathe in, expand the rib cage to the side. That's your focus. And then pull the elbow wide. Coming to the other side. Think of the lift up more than the tilt over. So expanding and lifting. And then draw that elbow down. And we're going to come down. Now if you want to grab the weights, you're welcome to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, especially for the first class if you just want to see what we're doing today. But you can always pop them down at any point as well. So we're going to reach and then push back. And after a couple of these, just so we get that feel and that balance shift, we can pop down onto the toes and catch that balance. Adding that little pause there to hold and make sure things are working. So really activating through those hips and squeeze, opening through the chest. Get all the crackles out of our joints. Out. In. Out. Give me one more here. Through and out. And heels sinking. We're going to take these weights up in front of us and we're going to open and open. So separating these movements. We're going to bring one arm forward and open up. The other arm forward and open up. So all well and good, nicely balanced. And we can repeat from here. We're going to come up onto our toes. So float, doesn't have to be high, just shifting that weight forward. You have to activate your legs. Holding. Keep the space through the spine so your balance muscles are active. And give me one more each side. Through. And heels down. Lift the weights up. And then we're going to pull the elbows down by the side. And reach and pull. Next four, we're going to raise on the toes and then lower. And reach and lower. Reach. Focus on the feeling of the shoulder blades. So they lift and they draw down. And lift and draw down. Maybe just give me one more and lower down. And we're going to release those. We're going to come a little wider through the legs. Knees are going to follow out over our toes. We're going to keep them nice and wide. We'll start just with some simple little wide leg squats. We're going to take the weights to the side and lower. And side and lower. And if we keep the reach wide through the arms, you'll feel the shoulder blades will stay low. You find you don't need to draw and lift through the upper shoulders to get the movement. Give me one more. And staying here with our nice long legs. We'll take one weight out to the side. See how the weights feel for you here. We're going to bring the other weight up and we're going to draw an elbow back and then press back towards the hand. Draw back. Reach to the hand. Three more. Pull. So just concentrating on how that shoulder feels. Activating to that back shoulder blade. And pull. Reach, but then swing. We're going to come to the other side. Long reach. Opposite and pull back through the elbow. Reach. Pull. 3, 2, and 1. Swing to the other side, but stay low. Stay here, stay down, and pull. So turn and reach, turn and pull. 3. Keeping the knees wide. Here's where they want to start to track in. And 1. Take it out to swing through, relaxing those shoulders. Reset, last ones. 5. Stay low. 4. 3. 2. And 1. So good. Down the shoulders. We're going to turn sideways. Come just slightly forward from halfway to want space to step back a leg. And it's just more comfortable if we're on the mat. Right, we're going to perch down. I want you to pull back your sitting bones so we can feel a stretch into the hamstrings. Again, those weights are optional, but we're going to take them out in front. I want us to step back with the right leg for the first 5. Right leg steps back. We step in and we push up onto those toes. Lower. Step back the right leg again. And in. Toes. 3 to go this side. Step back. And in, using that reach out in front, these weights will help stabilise balance. In, step back, and in. Got one more for this side, and step back, and in. Switching legs. Step back, and in. Reach. Step back, and in. Reach. Step back. And in. Last 2. Nothing like using the weights to warm you up quickly. And step back, step in. Well done indeed. Okay, we're back into our perching on the stool. Pulling back through the sitting bones. Sitting low, find that little stool there. Pulling into our centre. We still want to think of that spaced spine. Well done. If we can here, we're just going to lower the weights down in front. We're going to pull the elbows out. We're focusing at a squeeze into that mid-back, shoulder blades joining lower than the shoulder height. Squeeze. Squeeze. 3, 2, and up and hold. 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. We can come up, just a little breathe. 2 little rounds to go. Similar length. Perching again. Sit back on the stools. Nestle in. We're going to reach forward, arms by the ears, pull the elbows to the side. Reach and pull back. Reach and pull back. As you reach, pull back through the hips. And so creating that length and space. So reaching and in. 1 more. Reach. Hold it in. 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower and breathe. 1 more set. 1 more set. Similar to that, we're going to pop onto our toes as we pull the weights back in. Nestle down. Find your stool. Okay, we're reaching long, elbows in. 4, elbows in. 3, pop onto those toes. Here we go. Reach onto those toes. Push onto those toes. Reach onto those toes. 1 more, 1 more. Reach onto the toes. Hold here. Hold 5 pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5. And down. And pop the weights down. It's time for the blue ball. Although mine is green. I'm going to come down just so I know which one I've sweated over through each class. We are kneeling. We have well-stacked joints. Our knees fall underneath our hips. We've got the low down tailbone open through the front of the hips. Reach up through the ball and just give yourself a little gentle twist around just to find some release through the back of the shoulders. That release and twist through the upper body. And then settle into that middle spot. I'm pressing down through my knees. My glutes feel active. Reaching tall, but my shoulders remain soft. So I'm going to lean over to the side. Pause. Tilt like I'm picture framed by my arms here. I'm going to keep the arms by my ears as I turn to look down to the mat. I'm going to turn to look back to the front and then come up through the middle to the other side. Over and reaching, hold, turn. Hello, mat. Turn, up and over. Reach, turn, lift, up and over, turn, switch. 1 more each side, nearly there, over, turn, coming Up and through, over, 2, and well done. We're coming on down. Now if wrists feel okay, we're going to rest our hand on that. Now the point is, I actually don't have a lot of weight on my hand. So I can be balancing here. I've got a nicely long extended leg. That toe is 90 degrees forward, so it's flexed. Right? So really, I could hover here without the need for the ball. So I've really got maybe 30, 30, 30, plus the dribbly extra bits. Okay, so we're just going to hold that length. Taking the top arm up, we're going to fold that hand behind. Now we're just going to try to keep our balance, push through that long leg. That's the contact point that gives you balance here. We've got to turn this high elbow down towards the floor and then open back out to the front. So drawing forward, using your center to give you that focus and balance. Elbow comes around and up. We've got 2 more. Around. And keep reaching out to that long leg so there isn't as much weight through the ball, through the wrist. And then you're going to stay here and hold. Now we can do this. Again, most of the weight now comes balancing on the knee like our surfing. 5 leg lifts. But keep it long. 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg in. Over to the other side. Reach it out. A lot of it is in the position of our foot here. So a long, long, lengthy leg. Toes forward. Hand to ceiling. Hand to the back of the neck, and it's that top elbow that we draw forward, around and down, and then opening up to the side. Forward and up and open. 3 more. Forward, around, up, forward, around, up. Give me 1 more. Around. And up. Now hold here, long leg lift. Get that weight out at that end of the mat. 3, 2, 1, and you're in. Well done. Get to lie down now. So I'm going to pop the ball between your knees. Slowly take that back down to the mat. And we'll set ourselves up. So we are nice and long through the back of the neck. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so we'll open across the chest. Lengthen through the spine. So lifting up the hips and draw through. So we've got that good position to begin with. Check in headlights. Just because it's that first class back, make sure all our layers and techniques beautiful. So we're going to exhale, squeeze the ball for me. Hello inner thigh, hello center, hello pelvic floor. So thinking about drawing in, think of holding in a wee and a fart. Both edges, both sides of pelvic floor. And release and relax. Relax your shoulders too. And then 1 more of those, please. Exhale, squeeze. Inner thigh, pelvic floor and center. They all work together. And release. Hands to ceiling for me. So I'm going to curl forward. I want you to tap the top of the ball, reaching up. And then take your time here, block by block. We're focusing on mobility. You can feel as you come down, block by block, that hold. Exhale, reach away, keeping a neutral spine. Up. Curling up, tap the top again. Take your time coming down. Mobilizing that spine. You're getting a shift between each level. And exhale, keeping the ribs tucked in as we reach away. Inhale, up and tap. And block by block. Slowly coming down. Give me 1 more of those. Let's reach higher, right to the top. Tap, nice, block by block. Down, we come. We're going to raise our hands after we can reach away. We're going to take our hands up to the ceiling here, shoulders settle down nice and wide. Find your feet, because we're coming up into a bridge, and we're going to use our feet to connect to these glutes. So we're lifting up, squeeze your glutes, long through our legs. Up here, 3 squeezes on the ball. 1, 2, 3, touch the hips down. Lift again for me, pushing down through the feet and squeeze. 2, 3, touch down, lift again, up, hold, squeeze. 2, 3, 1 more, touch down, lift up, squeeze. 2, 3, touch down. Now we're going to take 1 leg long and lower it down. The thing that we're working on our technique here is just that feeling around the knee joint, trying to keep the knees connected through the ball. So it's a gentle squeeze on the ball. 1 more each side. Knees stay centered, and it's that swing of the leg underneath. We're going to take that up into bridge. Arms are optional depending on what you want to do. We're going to lift up, squeezing through the glutes, 4 leg extensions. So I'm going to go right and place it back down. Left and down. Right. Pressing down through the floor to release the other leg. We touch the hips down, that resets our neutral spine to lift up again. So we're better to do sets of 4 here, then stay up and feel that shift coming into that lower back. Reach. Give me another. Reach. And in. Set down. Halfway. Lift. 2 more sets of 4 extensions. 2, 3, 4, and touch down. Losing my ball. 1 more here and lift. Hold and reach. 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 Last one. Reach and in and lower. Now we're going to go forward, grab these legs and bring it in. Give yourself a little wobble wobble as we lower our head back down. We're going into imprinted spine for lower back. Relax your arms down beside you. It's going to lower your shoulders back too. And I just have a squeeze on the ball to hold things in place. And we're doing our 4-4-4. We're going to extend up and fold it in. 3 more times. Reach and in. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch into hamstrings. Lift. Last one. Lift. Staying curled in, but we go forward. Nose to ball. Reach through the arms. Extra points for a lower tummy tuck. And lower the head back down. Curl in again. Nose to ball. And lower. To go, reach, and lower, and reach, and lower the head back down, point the toes, exhale, toes dropping down towards the mat, as long as you can keep your spine down on the mat, and then drawing back in. So let's use our exhale to help drop the rib cage in, creating a better, stronger profile at the front. Exhale, slowly lowering close to the bottom is easier. And last one here. And push the ball down between your feet, ankles, heels. Repeating 4-4-4 with a bonus 4-4 at the end. We're going to extend, reach, and with the ball further out, we just get those little extra chance of wobbles. We have to coordinate left and right a little better here to keep the ball in place. Curling in, nose to knees, tuck, we can reach again and lowering the head. And tuck, and tuck, and tuck, and we lower the head down. Pointed toes again, relax the shoulders. Exhale, tucking in the ribcage, lowering and drawing in. Well done. Close to the bottom, the easier spot. And in. Exhale. And in. Last one. But we're keeping the ball between the feet. I'm just going to raise it up enough that you can see the ball. Right? So I'm not straight. I'm going to take my hands to the side of my thigh. We're going to use a very good squeeze on our thigh here to connect upper lower body and to extend out through these legs. So I'm going to curl the upper body forward, then I'm going to exhale, I'm going to push through my legs, squeezing the ball to take them straight, and then I'm going to bring myself back in and we'll lower the head. Now, because we've got all of that connection, you can feel how active the body is, great support for our centre. You can start to lower your extension of the leg, all right? So we're just going to look at that profile of the lower back, make sure you're happy, and we'll go for it. So we're going to exhale, curling forward and push. And then drawing in. So we'll do 2 more. Lowering the head in between. Exhale, push. And in. Exhale, push. Use your hands, push. And in. This time we're going to come up. We're going to stay up and do 4 more extensions with the head lifted if we can. Right? So we've got this great support here. Exhale, push and reach away. Draw it in. Staying lifted with my body. Push, reach through the legs. And in. Push, reach through the legs. Give me 1 more. And push, reach through the legs. and in, and lower down. I'm going to grab that ball team. It's going under the hips. But my feet stay down. Okay, I want us to have the elbows on the mat and the hands resting on the headlights. It's going to give us loads of information here. Our legs stay in our train tracks, so we have lovely parallel placing. Engage your centre, relax your shoulders. Let's go. So we're just going to simply lift one leg to tabletop and lower it back down. Other leg to tabletop and lower it back down. How are we feeling? All well and good until we float your elbows. So we're going to raise the elbows an inch. Now you're working on this wobbly platform. So think about that cup of tea or coffee or gin, whatever's most precious to you, resting on your centre. Be a tad early in the day for gin, but we're just going to lift and lower. So I want you to really focus on balance here. Holding still, stability and strength. Lift. Staying in the train tracks here, it's tempting for the feet to come closer and closer, but that won't help your balance. So taking that foot in its line back down to the mat. Last two here. Lift. Lower. Lift. Well done. Lower the elbows back down. We're going to take one leg up and the other leg up. Feet are velcroed together, so base of the big toe and the heels strongly connected. Open the knees and close. And get yourself familiar with the movement, and then when you're ready, let's play again. Take the elbows off. Okay, what's happening? You have to coordinate left and right. Did I warn you there's some good coordination exercises today? This isn't it, by the way. We're just building up to them. There's a good challenge here. Because sometimes we have a really bossy limb that wants to start, and it opens up early and it's charging ahead. That won't help you keep balance. You have to work together. Well, this is all well and good. You're getting into a nice little pattern, but what if we only open one knee? Keeping your feet connected, opening one wedge to the side and bringing it. Open the other wedge. Oh, now that's fun. Open one wedge. Open the other. 4 more. 2. Slowing it down. 3. 4. Well done indeed. Take those legs up, relax your arms. Give yourself a quirky little twist around, just giving ourselves a stretch where we feel tightness. Give yourself a little kick around, let's activate that lymphatic drainage. And we're just going to come into a casual bicycle ride. If you want to hold your hands up onto some imaginary handles, test our balance. Let's press up on the pedals. So we're reaching a little extra stretch into the back of the legs. Lift and reach. And then rather than going on a long bicycle ride today, I want us to pedal backwards. Ooh. Again, this isn't the coordination challenge that's awaiting us. Keep going, push. 2, 3, and 4. Keeping these legs up here. Now we've got one leg that's within reach, even with our head to the mat, because we haven't got a lot of contact with the mat here, have we? Let's see if we can reach for that leg. Can we take the other leg up and keeping them in their train tracks? We're going to reach that leg away. Now we're on a ball. We are wobbly, but we're going to work here at taking that leg in and reaching the other leg away. In and reach away. And just working within the limits of our hamstrings here. We don't have to have straight legs anywhere, but we're aiming to feel that stretch. Staying in our train track lines. And switch. And switch. And switch. Well done. Feet down. Let's take that ball out. And it's going to go between our shoulder blades. So it's sitting about bra strap height. for want of a better description. Okay, but we're going to need to support our head here. So we're going to loop our fingers. I want your head to rest heavy into your arms. So feel quite comfortable here, right? Legs in train tracks. Let's test ourselves here. So shoulders are relaxed, centre's drawn in. Think here very much about a low aeroplane seat belt. So we're drawing in across the low hips. Starting nice and fun. We're going to take one leg to tabletop and lower it down. Other leg. Now you've got a good view of your centre here, your headlights, your tray with your special beverage on it. Is it staying safe? It's tempting here as we lift one leg to drop a little towards that side. So that's what we're looking for. And we're trying to hold our headlights level. You're using your centre to do that. Lift, placing it back down on one. Lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. I'm going to just cross our ankles here. That's it, just crossing our low ankles. We're going to do this exercise separately, and then if you're up for it, we'll connect it together. So the first one is a little bit of a confidence. We actually lower closer to the ground than on the roller. So we're just going to exhale and support that head back. Breathing in, you can let the ribcage flare, the diaphragm lift. The floor's very close. All right, so breathe in here. Enjoy that expansion. We are getting all this glorious extension of the upper back. This is correcting our posture for the rest of the day. How do we get out of this? We need a giant exhale to draw the ribcage down. So blow out, drawing yourself back up. Once we're here, we've got this great activation drawn into our centre. I want us to pop onto the toes and bring the legs in. And then we're going to slowly lower those toes down and we release the head. Opening back. Allowing that lovely big stretch, that space, breathing in. And I know not many of you really like to make big breathing sounds in class, but an exhale that I can hear here is really important. So exhale and activate, drawing down into your centre. Pop on the toes, and with that extra strength from our pull in, you can feel a bit stronger to lift those legs. And we lower and arch it back. So you could continue doing this separately here, and if you're up to it, we're going to combine the movement. So we're prepped for our exhale. At the same time, we'll pop the toes and raise the legs, everything coming in. So it's exhale, starting and drawing into our centre, and then it's a slow, eccentric release, taking the time, staying steady on top of the ball, and you can enjoy that little extra pause and breath in as we open over the ball. And we'll get to do it again. Exhale, drawing in and lowering, toes down, arching away. Got 2 to go. And slowly releasing. And one last one. Exhale. And slowly releasing down. Well done. Whew. Up we come. We're going to take that ball out. We're going to have it in our hands. Guesses for where we put it next. Under the legs. Can't resist this one. Right. If we can, take the upper body forward, but you can certainly reach with the head down if you feel tension in the neck. But we're up if we can. Under for slow 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the head down. Well done. So just a chance to breathe. Release that diaphragm. We're going to slightly extend our fast session with our counting. Are we ready? Exhale, drawing forward. So we're slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Faster now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice. Breathe it in, you're halfway. That didn't take long though. Let's keep it going. Like interval training. Exhale, drawing through, reach. 2, 3, 4. This lovely control when we go slow. So we can take that into faster. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Breathe it in. Oh, we're nearly there. Last set. A few fast twitch fibers in our fingers. Let's do it. Exhale, drawing up slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and boom. Down we go. Ball on right hand. 2 choices for legs here. We're going to be tapping the opposite knee, so just be happy with where your neutral spine is here. We'll still use our exhale here, drawing that rib cage down to hold position. We're tapping knee and extending away. This is where we really want to reach for length. Be longer than your mat, but the low back stays low. If you're happy here, you're comfortable, we can always pop the other leg that's not doing anything in a different starting position at tabletop. So you've got that choice of leg up or down. I don't mind. Reach. We're doing 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Changing sides. Tapping across body. And reach long. And again, you've got that choice of what the other leg is doing. Well done. And stay long, shall we? Give yourself a little wiggle wiggle. We're going to roll ourselves up into sitting from here. So we're going to take the ball to ceiling, exhale, curling forward. Keep the ball lifted, reaching, and keep it at shoulder height. So you're reaching forward, 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 but take it up. And reach forward, forward, ball at shoulder height. Give me one more. Lift, lift, and reach forward, 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 and up. And we're in. Right, we're going to tuck the ball into the small back, tuck a little half circle in, hands on knees. Right, we've just got gentle touch here. We're using the arms for spacing more than anything else, but they're there to assist if you need. So we're going to exhale, roll off the sitting bones, center's working, I'm leaning on the ball, fingertips at length here. You've got it drawing through that center. I want you to see flickers in your own tummy to draw you forward. Exhale, curling back, hold, and coming back. So that's that setup of routine entry level, and we can add the layers. We're going to exhale and hold position here. Let's do a single arm by the ear and switch. Again, you can hold a little or a lot on the knee, and then if you want, we're going to do double arm, reach, and in. Center's working to bring us forward. Exhale, rounding, set and hold. Single and in. Single. Let's go both. Reach and in and forward, halfway. I'm doing the things in fours today. I feel like my counting's improving. setting up for failure, really, aren't I? Both arms and in. So the things I should never sit in out. Round, scooping in, lift. Last one here, double reach and in, forward and up. Well done. We've got time for a quick hip stretch if you were feeling, yeah. All right, let's just cross legs. Just do a nice simple one. If you're put the ball in front. We're going to use the ball. Just pull your glutes muscles out the side of it. I want you to feel your sitting bones. They're going to rest on the mat. I don't want that feeling that they lift off. So they're holding down a button, reaching down onto the mat. You're going to use your center to draw in and hold the pelvis back. But we're reaching forward through the ball. So there's a stretch happening in the body because we're pushing back through our sitting bones, but we're curling forward. Now, most of the time, you can kind of wiggle your own path through here. You can move your knees around a little, but usually it starts to come up around the side of the hips. Get to the point where you feel that stretch is nudging in. Not really uncomfortable. There's this kind of grey area between red flags. Just starting to feel it, that you're aware of it. Wriggle around, see if you can soften it off. Use your out breath. And while you're here, we're at that full kind of ball stretch, see if you can melt your elbows towards the floor. That's softening the upper part of the body. The stretch will change slightly, but you're there, you can cope. Relax your shoulders. Keeping the sitting bones back, you might feel that stretch wrap deeper around into the deep glute, right around your seat. Try to relax your knees. If you're clenching, breathe it out. Allow yourself into that stretch so we're resting heavy on the mat. One last breath out here. The breathe out is when the magic happens. I'm going to come in. That's a nice, easy one to do at home. But you can feel that difference. If you were to be there for maybe 2-3 minutes, you can feel yourself kind of sink in. Now I just crossed my legs the other way because we're such creatures of habit. And unless we do the other way, we won't unlock what we're needing. So again, sitting bones, where they are. Drawing forward, wriggling my path forward. I think I did record this video of hip stretches. It's down there somewhere. Breathing out. Once you feel you get that full stretch, but the sitting bones are low, you can start to melt the elbows down. So we're taking that full body, lowering, melting, taking it into that stretch. Relax the grip around your hip and knees. Try to soften things off. So it's going to deepen your stretch another 10%. Go with it. Breathing out. We'll take that one more breath out here. And well done. It's looking a little bit like a casual calendar pose. Coming to the side. Back legs bent.
Yeah, right.
That's why I reached the hand up there. It kind of gets you into position. Long front leg, tucked in back leg. All right. We can wriggle around once you work out what we're about to get up to. So we're going to use this heel, the long extended leg, and the foot. We're going to reach the ball up to the ceiling. Now we can just reach up. We can reach over a little bit if you feel comfortable. And then we're going to draw back down. And we're going to reach the lower leg. We're going to lift the ball towards the foot. And down. We're up again. Reach tall, up and over, and lower. Ball to foot. Well done. 3 to go. Reach and lower. Ball to foot. Reach and left. One more. Reach and left. And we could just change position. We can change sides of the mat, or you can just twist like a face to the back. So we've got the system now, we're ready to go. We're going to lift, lower, ball to foot. Lift, lower, ball to foot. Lift, lower, ball to foot. Nice job. Lift. Last one now. Lift, lower, ball to foot. Well done. Around we go. Okay, start the ball between our hands. A nice lesson here on keeping our shoulders nice and low preps us for good behaviour during push-ups. But we're just going to do our Pilates push-ups today. So we're going to start with the ball exactly between my hands here. I'm going to drop my shoulders down, and I want my shoulders to stay nice and low. So I'm going to keep my elbows tucked in, so triceps are working here. I'm going to lower my chin. I'm just going to graze my chin to the ball and push my hands back up. So 4 more of those, all right? So it's just a gentle hello triceps and up. All while keeping our shoulders low, down from our ears. Lower and lift. Last one here. Lower. And then the ball's very handy for completely changing that. So now I want us to tip slightly further forward so the ball comes down onto breastbone. So hello triceps. But my shoulders are behaving, my shoulders are staying low, but we can feel that increase in workload, but everything's where it should be. Low and lift. Final 2. And lift. And low. And lift. And then just use that ball. Give yourself a nice roll out. If that's too much for the shoulders, just kind of melt down to the floor. You can wiggle your hips a little. Now there's that magical point that sometimes I give you some gentle encouragement / push to relax, and that's that upper back. Sometimes we're still here and we're still kind of rounded, so I want you to relax down. Sometimes you can actually just bend your hand and give yourself a bit of a poke around into that upper back and feel things melt down and relax. Elbows, my elbows are wide, out near the edges of the mat. So take your elbows wider. And you're going to feel that exhale. Yeah, it's a bit tricky with glasses and things because you've got a smushy face, but just allowing that slide through and getting that extension. So having that contact with your hands, having that contact with your hands to the upper back, it's just providing that proprioception. All it does is it quickens up your body's awareness of what on earth it's supposed to be doing. So I sometimes get you to poke your glutes when you're up in bridge, because by crikey your glutes start to work if they weren't. Well done. We're going to slowly pull out of that. We're going to tuck the ball in behind the back of one leg. You might have to just pull that ball or pull the leg in slightly just to hold it in place there. We're going to start with 5 extensions on the side. So taking the ball tucked in, we're going to lift and let the ball graze the mat. Let the knee graze the mat. Lift and graze. That's just making sure that our hips are staying level. And 5. And just rest that knee down. Opposite hand behind the head. We're going to tap under the elbow to the elbow. And then out to the side, pause, lift the leg, and lower. Elbow to elbow, and open out. Lift the leg, and lower. This might be the coordination challenge I was talking about. Lift, and lower. 2 more before I change things again. Tap, and open. Lift, and down. Tap, and open. Lift. And pause. We're going to lift and hold. Now we're starting in this position. Elbow tap and out. Knee lowers and lifts. Elbow tap. Knee lower and lift. 3 to go. Tap. Out. Lower. Lift. Tap. Out. Lower. Lift. Last one. Tap. Out. Lower. Lift. Oh, wow. Other side. Tuck the ball in. You can feel your wrists starting to get a bit smart. You can pop down onto your elbows for these first 5. Otherwise, if you're all good, we stay. I'm going to push out 5 single lifts to begin. Knee grazes the mat, helps us check on our positioning. 3, 4, Opposite hand behind the head. Nice work. Elbow tap and open, leg lift and lower, tap, open, lift, 3 to go, tap, open, lift, lower, tap, open, lift, lower, and tap, open, lift, lower but lift. Oh, here we go, final set, elbow, out, leg, lower, and lift, elbow, out, leg, lower, lift, tap, out, lower, 2 to go, dig deep team, you're nearly there, out, lower, lift, and elbow, out, lower, lift, and down, well done. Reach away and enjoy a little stretch. Well done indeed. We're just going to keep that ball out in front. I want us to straighten one leg out with our toes tucked under. Doesn't matter if you're on or off the mat, I just seem to be off.
Yeah.
Alright. The back leg is the important one here. Okay, make sure you're in your train tracks, you're not too narrow. You're going to be using that toe. That's our reach and our balance. We're going to start turning to open to the side. And I'm going to grab the ball and I'm going to take it up to the ceiling. Now hold your balance here and think about length. Length from the floor, I'm pushing down. That sets my lower shoulder in a great position. Ball to ceiling, I'm reaching and I'm long through my leg. Now we're going to take this around to thread the needles. I'm going to keep that back leg long and I'm going to turn it. Slightly turning those toes in, and I'm going to come through, hold your balance team, as we reach through. Just as far as you feel comfortable. If you want to reach down to the floor and touch the ball, that's fine. We're going to just do this one more. We're turning. We're opening, use that long leg. And reaching out, we're reaching up, we're long. Crown to tail, drop the shoulders. Yes. And then coming back to the mat. Nice soft landing. And we're changing that long leg. So taking the leg long, tuck the toe under. Nice long straight leg here. So we can turn on it, grab our ball, and give us that long reach and stretch. So I'm really reaching out to my toes, pushing through my hand, big star. I would turn that toe, that starts to drop this top hip forward. I'm going to come through and I'm reaching the ball through. Hold that balance, hold the length on that leg. Here we go, round we come, up, finish with the balance, up. Squeeze the glutes, open the hips, push from the floor, balls up, up, up. And then come down for a soft landing. Well, done. Okay, we can leave the ball there. We're just going to turn both toes under, lift up the hips, and just get nice and high through the hips. So we're really lifted, and we're just going to sink down through one heel. Big stretch to that the calf. Up and tall, sink down to the other heel. Up nice and high again, and then just walk the feet. Little paddle, paddle, stretching through those calves for our 4, our 3, our 2, and 1. Now soften the knees, we're walking the hands into the feet, and we'll roll ourselves up, tails down, stack the spine like a Lego tower. We're block, 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 block. Up and breathe. Someone not dizzy. And we'll come on round. Well done. Let's tie it all together and make sure everything's working. So I'm just going to soften those knees and catch your balance to the ceiling. So we're going to come up on those toes, lift, activate, shoulders in, glutes in, tummy in. Soften down. Again, up, lock it in. Everything coming into midline. Shoulders, center, glutes. And lower. Now we don't have to come so high through the toes, because sometimes when we're really lifted, we get this kind of ankle break, yeah? And we lose our strength. So just coming to that toe lift, heel lift. Then we can hold that. Now last one, up, locking it in, lock it in, lock it in. And down. I love anatomy, I love the fact that our elbow fits and our hand fits perfectly across our legs. Pulling through that tummy to support the lower back. Send your hips out, so we flatten that back off a little. Top palm to the ceiling with a big breath in. Now push down on your elbow to get your fingers higher. So we get that extra mid-back stretch. And then come through. Changing sides, lift. And then we're going to come forward and we're just going to hang. And then we're going to rebuild. Tail down, stack the blocks. Up, let's take the arms up to the ceiling too. Big breath in, reach and wriggle and away. One more of those. Lift, breathe and away. Little shoulder rolls around and slide, roll, and slide, round, and one more, roll.